So here's a pair of Jordans that I really wanted as a kid, and it's the Jordan 5 Fire Reds. And I have two pairs of these, so I bought this pair a bit cheaper than the other pair that I've got. I bought both back in 2022, and I've been wearing one of them, and then this one's just basically been sitting on ice, and probably look to sell it now as well. The reason for that is it's one of those trainers that I find that I just not really like the style now that I'm older in terms of wearing it. I bought it because as a kid I really wanted a pair, and these OG colorways are sometimes difficult to get and really sort of spike up in price, but not the case with this particular pair, and that's the reason why I ended up buying two, but I only need one, and I may not even keep the other one later on, but we'll see. But I do like, as a kid I did like this pair because I had the Jordan 4s as a kid, and I had the fire red versions of those, and I do remember seeing these at the stores in the UK, and I wanted a pair as well, but I never got the chance to buy them, and kind of basically buying them now as an adult. And it's a cool pair, don't get me wrong, I'm just not a fan of this high cut anymore and the tongue. I think if it came up in a low cut I'd be all over it in the same sort of colourway, because I like the basic colourway on sort of fire reds where it's quite sort of plain, white, and the colours, so the accent colours being in red. And this one, I like the Nike Air on the back, for example. It's a staple of the early Jordans, and the leather quality isn't too bad on these either, so it's not like I won't say it's amazing quality, but it's still nice and it feels comfortable on foot and quite sort of soft. But like I said, I'm just not a fan of this collar, and the tongue sort of looks quite sort of protruding outwards, and just not a model that in my opinion has sort of grown old gracefully like some of the other ones. So I'm more of a fan of wearing sort of Jordan 1s and wearing this because it looks less bulky on foot. With this one I do like the outsole, it's the herringbone, and it's really clear as well. That does yellow over time, but the other pair that I'll be wearing hasn't really yellowed, so which is cool. And then I like the 3M hits on the tongue as well, so that does look nice as well. But overall it's a nice shoe, and my younger self would have loved it, but now that I'm older, not so much, especially when you're wearing them. So here's the details for the Jordan 5 OG Fire Red. It comes in a white, black, metallic silver and fire red colour, and it has a EVA sole with an airbag in the heel, and it's made of all leather materials, and the price is £170. So with the comfort and sizing, I feel that these have more of a medium to firm sole, so they're more comfortable than a Jordan 4. However, I think they're less comfortable than a Jordan 3, but in terms of the Jordan silhouettes, it's probably one of the more comfortable ones, and for that reason I still have sort of more of a medium to firm sole, but I do feel like it's not as comfortable as a Jordan 3, but it's minor differences really. And with this being a basketball sneaker, it does have good support around the arch, and your heel sits slightly elevated because of the airbag unit. And I think the wearing time for these, the leather's a bit sort of softer and a bit more easier to wear, and I think around sort of 4 to 8 hours is good, and you should be able to sort of be more comfortable in that after that time period and experience sort of less issues in general. And I would go true to size, and I think you can also go down half a size. I go true to size in them, and I find it very comfortable, but I have like a really wide foot, so I think if you have not a wide foot and sort of narrow foot, on the narrow foot end, you could probably even go down half a size, because there's quite a lot of room in the toe box anyway. And I think these have sort of great grip for all types of weather because of the herringbone traction. In terms of the look and style, I like the OG fire red colourway. I've always been a big fan of it since I was a kid, and these are good, I think, sort of spring, autumn time. They're a bit heavy to wear during the summertime, and during the winter time I think you'll just ruin the all white sneaker. And I think even during the autumn time you kind of want to watch when you wear them, because you don't want to get them dirty from the rain. And I think with these ones you can dress them up casual really. I don't think they're on the smart side at all, because it's more of a very much in tune with how a basketball trainer looks. And you can go with the white laces, but red would also work, and I think sailed will work in this as well. So with the pros, I like the classic OG colourway. I've always been a big fan of Fire Red anyway, and the leather quality is on the good side. It's not premium, but it's still nice, and it does have a sort of a nice overall finish to it. There's not many like issues with the pair that I have, and I like the Nike Air on the heel tab. I don't like the thicker collar padding, but that is just my bugbear with Jordan 5s in general, and I don't like the long tongue either. So with the ratings, I give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I think it's a really nice looking sneaker. However, it's not something that I would wear nowadays, but it's still a really cool sneaker, especially for back in the day. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not quite on Jordan 3 level, but it's still very comfortable. And the quality, I'll give that a 4 as well. It's not like premium materials, but it's nice enough and it's made very well. And the pricing, it's on the high side. I think back in 2020 it was still on the cheaper side. But overall, I give the sneaker a 5 out of 5. It's a classic Jordan 5, and I think you can't go wrong with this. It's one of those sneakers that I just can't really wear nowadays, and there's a few sort of retro Jordan silhouettes that I wouldn't be wearing now either. So, and this is one of them, and I think Jordan 6 is probably another one, and maybe even the Jordan 11 is something that not something that I'd wear nowadays.